Underwater hockey, an incredible freediving game in which two teams fight for a puck. The internet is full of videos and documents about this game. You can see it in his classic 6 against 6 version. And you can see it in his octagonal version of 3 against 3. You can even find a video game version.
Round 1. Fight!
Thousands and thousands of individual skills. But we've always been fascinated by the oldest records, those who take us to the origins of our sport, when it was played with a stick in the shape of a Greek letter Y. And searching and searching and searching, we found the holy grail of underwater hockey. Maybe the international underwater hockey community doesn't know, but the creator of our sport, Alan Blake, left a document where he tells the whole story about our origins as a sport. Mr. Blake himself asked the computer engineer Pierre Olav Siebers to create a blog where he could tell the complete story. Even with some unknowns and conjectures, we are going to review this text to honour the person who changed our lives forever by creating the most incredible sport in the world, the Octopush. This is his story, told in his own words.
I started diving in 1949 from scratch. In England, there was no equipment whatsoever on the market, and no books on amateur diving, or any divers I'd seen or heard about. So, why go underwater? Crazy as it might seem, I found a 1930s book in the public library by Dr. William Beebe. Half a mile down in his bathysphere, Dr. Beebe was an eccentric oceanographer, famous for his underwater exploits. I had no wish to emulate the doctor's exploits. Sitting inside an iron ball, dangling in the sea on a mile of wire, filled me with as much enthusiasm as travelling to the sun in an igloo. However, there was a tinted photograph of the good doctor walking on the seabed off Bermuda, surrounded by brightly coloured fish. He was wearing a hard-top diver's helmet, strapped on Greek sponge diver style, with an air hose and lead boots. I was hooked for life.
This is how Alan gets hooked on diving. It took him several years to get basic equipment, and it was in 1952 when he finally did. At that time, he had flippers, mask, snorkel, and a DSEA, Davis Submarine Escape Apparatus. And of course, a bathing costume. But no matter how hard he tried, he could not generate any interest. In those times, the idea of underwater diving for fun was absurd. It wasn't until 1953 that Alan heard about a strange club called the British Sub-Aqua Club. After several meetings with the founders Oscar Guggen and Peter Small, Alan agreed to become a branch. But what was the deal? If he got 23 more members, they would give him an aqualung. Recognised by the local newspaper on the 22nd of June, 24 members plus an aqualung later, Southsea branch number 9 of the British Sub-Aqua Club was created. By the summer of 1954, the group was extremely active and they travelled a lot. Diving in beautiful Durdledore Beach, or going to the Isle of Wight. It's incredible how they went from looking for people in April to a brand new branch with 60 members. Everything was going smoothly, so what can go wrong? Great first summer, but it was necessary to keep divers fit in winter.
It happened after a pool session. There were Jack and Dina Willis, Frank and Hazel Lilliker, plus my wife Sylvia and I. There we sat at the kitchen table with cups of tea as I set out my parameters. 8 players a team. A disc-shaped lead weight or puck propelled to the opposite end of the pool, and a bat curved to suit the puck. The name, Octopush. After innumerable cups of tea, the sport was finalised. We called the puck the squid. The squid was pushed along using the bat, so it became logical to refer to the bat as the pusher. Bingo! We already had the puss in the name Octopush, so bang an H at the end and we had Octopush. 8 pushing. Logical, isn't it? Frank will make the pushers.
I'll make the squid first. I need all the lead tubes of toothpaste you can find.
More tea, Alan?
My job was to write the rules. So let me provide the original basic rules of Octopush.
These are the first rules, written and signed by Alan Blake. A curiosity is that the use of snorkels was not allowed. And of course the rules of fair play. The most interesting thing here is Alan Blake's signature and its date, 26th of October 1954. Finally, armed with the pushers, the squid and the rules, they went to the pool. Meanwhile, in branch number 9, seated in the balcony at a gala was a young fellow called John Towse. In April 1954, a young John Towse became secretary of the newly formed Southsea Sub-Aqua Club and another player. This formidable man developed the incident pit theory, which is widely used in risk analysis and prevention. He also participated along with other members of the BSAC in the discovery and raising of the Mary Rose. It is through his passion as a historian that we have incredible data about the origins and evolution of underwater hockey. Facts like the first puck was not made from toothpaste tubes. Jack Willis made it from an airplane engine piston.
In my monthly contribution to Peter Small, the editor of Neptune, the original British Sub-Aqua Club journal, I informed him of Southsea's new game, Octopush.
He announced this in the November 1954 issue.
Meanwhile, our indoor training programme is getting underway, including wet activities other than in baths, and our new underwater game, Octopush, of which mysteries more later when we have worked out the details.
For all this, we must continue to evolve underwater hockey in all its forms, and we must celebrate the first 70 years of Octopush. Happy Underwater Hockey Day.